What's up, guys? Welcome back to the best NBA channel on YouTube. It's the Best of 7 Sports Talk. I am your host, as always, Seven Mitchell. Man, I apologize to the NBA community because I didn't show up yesterday. I know. I did not show up yesterday. I was a little bit under the weather, like anybody really cares, right? But we back in the mix. Y'all already know the vibes. We got a couple interesting stories to talk about today in the world of the National Basketball Association. So let's get this thing started, man. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, because you are now rocking with the best. This is the Best of 7 Sports Talk. And let's start things off with Steph Curry and this new deal he got, man. Steph Curry just got his deal or contract extended with Under Armour for a damn lifetime, going way beyond his playing career. And Steph will be officially the president of his brand, man. Big time announcement and kind of a major move in my eyes when you talk about this Under Armour extension career deal with Steph Curry. Congratulations to Steph, number one. Very deserving. Steph Curry has never really cheated the game. He's pretty much evolved the game. I saw a comment of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar saying he really want to fight Steph Curry because, you know, the young kids don't even ask him tips on the skyhook no more. He says Steph Curry done pretty changed that narrative pretty much. So Steph Curry has definitely been good for the game, man. Like I said, he's not been a troublemaker, things of that nature. So this is an awesome deal for him. But I do wonder, even back to when he initially signed with Under Armour, is he the actual right guy, you know, for the actual job? Because, you know, you definitely want to have someone who's positive as the face of whatever type of brand that you have. So he checks off all the boxes, of course. But when you talk about Under Armour and competition as far as sportswear, apparel, tennis shoes, things like that, I've always felt like they've been geared towards basically the athlete. They can't compete with the Nikes and the Reeboks and things of that nature. And maybe they don't want to. But, of course, business is business. And I was just wondering, like, yo, is Steph Curry really that guy that can increase the sales of Under Armour? Like, is he that marketable? Does he give you that much that he can increase the sales or bring people over to the Under Armour family? Not so much athletes signing deals, but just fans buying, you know, merchandise and stuff like that. Very popular brand for the athletes. But just for the common people, you know, people don't be really jacking Under Armour like that, at least where I'm from. So I don't know about y'all, but, you know, I was just wondering if they had someone with a little bit more spice, a little bit more pizzazz, would they be able to help increase the sales when it comes to Under Armour products and things like that? But maybe they got their own agenda. They got their own certain fan target base, this, that, and the third. And Steph Curry obviously is doing what needs to be done if they offered him this extension, unless nobody else basically wanted it at the end of the day. So it's really kind of, you look at this thing from both angles. But, you know, I am happy for Steph Curry getting this opportunity. And, you know, it seemed like his family, if not was already set, they are definitely going to be set, you know, partially because of this type of deal with Steph Curry getting. So, you know, that was definitely a good look in my eyes. And we just going to have to see how much of an impact Steph Curry is going to have on the sales of Under Armour. And can he increase the revenue? Can he increase the popularity of Under Armour? Will Under Armour step their game up and maybe start to generate more types of product, you know what I'm saying, that maybe the common everyday people might want to get with outside of just the athlete? It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But, you know, the relationship seems to be going great. Give me a deal with Under Armour. I rock out. I rock out for a lifetime. Give me a deal. Y'all already know the vibes. But, you know, that was definitely a good look for, you know, Steph Curry. We just, again, going to have to see how this plays out. But, again, congratulations to the chef. Doing your thing, big homie. You doing your thing. When we come back on the Best of 7 Sports Talk, you know we got to talk about Kyrie Irving, right? Because Kyrie Irving made a statement, and it seemed that he's on his way out the door. I told y'all. We're going to get into this Kyrie Irving story and something about Kevin Durant that you may or may not know when we come back here at the Best of 7 Sports Talk. Seven Mitchell in the building, man. Y'all already know the vibes. Do not go nowhere. We be right back. All right, guys, welcome back to the Best of Seven Sports Talk. We got to get into another topic, of course, and we got to share the love to Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving of the Dallas Mavericks. He was asked about the Mavericks' playoff chances now that they have fell to the 11th place in the playoff run. And basically, Kyrie summed this thing up, saying it looks like a bit of a cluster F. I'm not going to say the word because I want to get monetized for my work. But Kyrie basically saying this has just been a disaster. You know what I mean? In so many words. Now, who are we going to blame? Who are we going to blame? It looked like people wanted to blame Kyrie Irving. Kyrie's just going to get blamed by default. But a lot of people are going at Luka Doncic for the lack of defense, that crybaby mentality he has. It's not adding up for success when we talk about what's happening this year. We've seen Luka cry before and still put up big games, get big wins, this, that, and the third. But lately, it has not equated to that. And I guess people will say by default, the common X factor is Kyrie joining the actual team. How much of an effect does Kyrie have on Luka? But I think possibly Luka is getting exposed. Not so much as being a person that is underrated or overrated, but I always felt like Luka might be one of those guys that if he is ever going to win a championship or come close, it's going to have to be basically about him and a bunch of other role players. And systematically, the game doesn't really play out like that. Everybody has a big three or a dynamic duo, what have you, you know, when we talk about the super team vibe. And Luka, not that he's a selfish player, but it just doesn't seem to work well when he got guys of, pretty high caliber of skill set. You know, you look at the experience with Kyrie. The Porzingis thing really didn't work out well. Jalen Brunson, I mean, they did make the Western Conference Finals, but that was, to me, Jalen Brunson's coming out party. I really didn't know much of Jalen before last year's playoff. And when New York had signed him to that $100-something million deal, I thought the Knicks was out their damn mind. But, you know, Jalen has definitely solidified his spot, earned his money. But I think Luka is being exposed, man, as being a crybaby. And, you know, that defense, he is very suspect. The team as a whole is suspect on defense. But I think that is one of the key reasons why we are seeing the decline of the Dallas Mavericks so late in the year. But when you look at it, they're going to say, well, what happened? What's so different from last year to this year and the year before? Kyrie Irving's name is definitely going to come up. So more than likely, we will hear the excuses that Kyrie is the actual problem. But he says basically, man, this thing has just not been what I expected. And I can see Kyrie on his way out the door. I said from the jump this was going to be a rental. This was not going to be a long-term situation or relationship with Mark Cuban and Kyrie Irving. When Kyrie Irving posted that anti-Semitic link to social media and he got suspended and everything, I remember Mark Cuban went on platforms, hip-hop platforms, talking about Kyrie Irving, talking about Kanye West. And, you know, to see now that he signed Kyrie Irving because it fits their agenda of getting Luka Doncic, to me, it's just karma. You know what I'm saying? And this is what you get, Mark Cuban. So no playoffs for you, it looks like, unless you guys have a last chance run and possibly getting into the play-in. But I think Kyrie is on his way out the door, and deservedly so, man. Kyrie definitely needs a fresh start, and maybe the Dallas Mavericks do as a whole, but we'll see how that actually plays out. Now, last thing before I get out of here. Kevin Durant, bro. Every time I start to like KD makes me mad again. He starts to piss me off a little bit more than I did the day before. You understand me? When we come back here on the Best of Seven Sports Talk, we got to talk about these comments that KD had when we talk about the Golden State Warriors and the Brooklyn Nets. KD was interested with this take, but I didn't like it, and I'll explain why when we come back here on the Best of Seven Sports Talk. Don't go nowhere. All right, so we are back in the mix. This is the Best of 7 Sports Talk. 7 Mitchell in the building. Shout out again to the NBA community, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And become a member of the Best of 7 Sports Talk family. Join the membership here on YouTube. We got exclusive content, perks, prizes, and giveaways for you guys. So definitely become a member today of the Best of 7 Sports Talk. Look forward to you guys joining the family. Kevin Durant, KD. He had some talk. He had some opinions about, his critics, and he talked about leaving Golden State again. He talked about leaving Brooklyn, or what his mindset was when he found out that Kyrie had wanted a trade from Brooklyn. And that particular situation kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Let me read to you what KD had to say, only because a lot of times people have compared Kevin Durant to LeBron James, and one of my biggest arguments was LeBron has always played his contracts out. I don't recall LeBron ever demanding a trade or asking for a trade. Like, he doesn't cheat the game at all. And we've seen Kyrie or Kevin Durant do that a couple times. But when it comes to Brooklyn, when he found out about the situation of Kyrie asking for a trade, KD says once he asked out, talking about Kyrie, I was just trying to figure out what direction the team was going in. Once I had no understanding of what direction we were going in, I tried to make the best decision for me. Now, that to me is 100% selfish, and I get it. You want to maximize your success rate and your success level. You, Kevin Durant, you don't have a lot of time to play around. You've lost some years and minutes due to injuries and stuff like that. You had the biggest disaster with James Harden and Kyrie. So I get it. You really want to maximize your chances. And looking at how Brooklyn was carrying it, he didn't see any direction. But you were under contract. So you really kind of quit and ran off on them guys. And I'm really not jacking that from Kevin Durant. He didn't do that in OKC, played his contracts out. Even though it was a rocky departure in Golden State, he played his contracts out, I believe, in Golden State, if I'm not mistaken. Was he traded? Did Kevin Durant, I think he was only on a 2-year deal with Golden State. I can't remember if he was traded to Brooklyn or if it was a free agent deal. But nevertheless, man, I really feel like Kevin Durant sold the Brooklyn Nets short with this statement, man. And he ran off. You are supposed to be that guy. If the team is struggling, if the team don't have no identity, you are the superstar, arguably the second, third best player in the league. So that's really what your job is for. That's your responsibility, KD. And when he spoke about the critics, this is what KD had to say about the critics. He said, once I left to go to Golden State, it's been the gymnastics on how to discredit me at every stop of the way. It's like, damn, that's not even fun no more. Like engaging with people because y'all aren't even being truthful. You move the goalposts every time. You expect the most out of me, and if I don't reach it, I'm a failure. It's like, what's the problem? This is what KD said to his critics. The problem is you're not accepting taking accountability of what your job really entails outside of basketball. We know KD only wants to hoop. He don't really want to do a whole lot of talking and stuff like that. But, bro, that's a part of the job. And when you are looked at as one of the best players in the world, you are always going to be under a microscope. I mean, that's just a fact. And nobody really downs KD because of his injuries. People question his decision making because he came and left a place that, seemed to be his most successful opportunity to win championships. So, I don't really get it, what KD is really referring to or going at in these comments, because, he didn't play it out. Golden State was an isolated incident. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But, there was always talks about him being a little bit jealous because that was always going to be Steph's team, this, that, and the third. I'm not really going to go there. But when it came to Brooklyn, after hearing what he said from, his decision-making off of Kyrie's request, I'm not really feeling that at all, Kevin Durant. That was really a cheap sucker move in my eyes. You got to play that out. If you want to go ahead and get traded in the offseason or demand a trade, then, hey, so be it, because you did request a trade last offseason. But you got to play this one out, man. You one of those guys. You were a damn MVP. So now you in Phoenix, and, the spotlight is definitely on those guys. and they going to have to win or come close, or we're going to have a whole nother conversation about KD at the end of the season. But that's all I got for you guys, man. This is the Best of 7 Sports Talk. I'm Seven Mitchell. Y'all know the vibes. And again, I apologize for not being here yesterday, but I'm back today, damn it. And I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all already know the drill. Salute to you guys. Big up again to the NBA community. Let me know what you guys thought about today's topic, KD and his opinion on the critics. Also, Steph Curry getting this lifetime extension with Under Armour. That's going to last, way past his career. That's a big time opportunity for Steph Curry. And Kyrie Irving basically saying that this season seems to be a clusterfuck when we talk about the Mavericks making the playoffs because they have fell to the 11th seed. It seems like, to me, Kyrie is on his way out the door. But we'll figure this thing out together. I'm Seven Mitchell with the Best of 7 Sports Talk. Like, comment, and subscribe. Gang, I'm out. Peace. Don't forget, if you guys enjoy daily NBA content, do me a huge favor and subscribe, follow, and like the platform. Peace.
Okay, now AR with the cooler kick. Keep street, we run this shit. Fell back after run it up. Then my last bitch, she was dumb as fuck. Hop out, get the spraying stuff, cause my last ops wasn't saying nothing. Whole stunting, big pimpin', whole hunting. 38 with the cooler kid in the mall with me like Joe Budden. These hoes front.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.